Hello and welcome to this video tutorial to build your first Cisco Finesse gadget using the NovelVox Finesse Gadget Designer. Before you start, please have with you a copy of this quick start guide from NovelVox. Please ensure you have a URL to access the Finesse Gadget Designer server. Please ensure you have the URL for the Finesse Unified Agent desktop to run our Cisco Finesse simulator. And lastly, please ensure that you have a user ID and you also have a password to access the server. Once you have all of those three, click on the link to the Finesse Gadget Designer server, enter your username and password and click login. Once you have entered in your user ID and password, you'll be presented with this screen. This is the admin page for Finesse Gadget Designer. It's separated into three tabs: your data tab, interface tab, and the administration tab. To log out, just click here to log out. First things first, we are going to create a database connection. So looking back at our guide, if we go to the contents page, we're going to build our first Finesse gadget. Click on that, and we are going to build a system using this data source. Then we just click plus so I can zoom in a bit more. So this is the URL link. I'm just going to copy that, click on the plus sign here, paste the URL link here. The database alias is called demo, and the driver class we're going to use is this. Is this one there? Got it. Add. Now the data source is set up, we need to create some services to actually query that data set. So we're going to go create one called load customers, and that's going to be a tabular result set with select star from customers as the query. Tabular select star from customers. Save. The next one we're going to add is customer details. This again is a selection from the same table, but this time we're having a where clause as well. So that's the service name. I'm just going to make sure this is highlighted. This is going to return a value object. Okay, and the parameter is a numeric, result type is multiple, and description is 1. If this is empty, you just select from the drop down. Click on save. Alright, that's 2 services done. Let's put the third one in, which is to get the credit card details. Make sure this is highlighted blue. Click on that to put the service name. This is a tabular data, and this is the query string. And customer ID is a numeric, single, and temp2 is a description. It's numeric, single, and just put a temp2. Click save. And the final service that we are going to add is a update one, and this has 4 parameters. So just copy that, make sure this is highlighted. This is a value object, and the update script is this, and the 4 parameters are this. So we got age, numeric, which is numeric and single, I'm just going to add in temp5 here. The language is both chars, So this is char, this is char, this is single, this is single, and this is just going to randomly put temp 56, and this randomly put temp 65. Save. So here we have 4 services which queries this SQL database. I'm going to go just to see what kind of results we get. Go to your load customers, and you can easily click on execute to see what your result set is like. So that's how things look at the moment. The next stage of this tutorial is to set up the graphical user interface. So what you end up with is something like this screen here. So what you do is to click on the interface tab here, and you'll be loading a module. Now that you've clicked onto the interface tab, you'll be presented with this screen. So we're going to set up a project called NovelVox. So click on new project. We're going to call this NovelVox. Create. Now this is your drag and drop interface to build your Cisco Finesse gadgets. So the aim is to build something like this. So it'll be 2 buttons, 4 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4. This frame houses 4 text controls. This frame houses a list, and this frame houses a data grid with 2 columns. There's a label, and there is a logo, and there is a CTI call control here. So I'm going to quickly, using the interface, drag out this particular layout with all the controls. I will then go into the properties of each component itself and name them properly, but as a first draft I'm just going to create the interface really quickly. Okay, so first thing we need is a CTI control. So just expand these out. CTI control goes here, align it there, done. So that's your CTI control. We're going to have a frame here which should extend to there. We're going to have another frame here. Click on my print button. That goes all the way down to here. We can have another frame here. Goes to there. Then we can have another frame here, and that will go down to there. So this one, you may recall, here has 2 buttons. It has and a logo there. So I'm just going to create the 2 buttons quickly here. Button 1, button 2, and the image is going to plonk it into here. And the image name, this is a bank we're going to do it for. So there's a logo here I created before called ABC Bank, and hopefully this should scale in size. So the fill mode should be scale. Then there is there. This houses a list, so I'm just going to drag a list into here. If you click on your control and click on that, it will expand the box to fit. Here we're going to have a label here, which we would fill out later, and this is going to house a data grid which we'll put into here. And you always expand the control on the bottom right square. And here we're going to have 4 text inputs. So there's 1, and just to save time, we know the label width is going to be 130. And we also know this control is going to be there. Just to make it quick, you can highlight that, click on copy, highlight the container, click on paste. So create another one there. Oops, drag it there. Click on the container, click on paste again. There's another one. Drag that down to here. Click on the container, click on paste, and we'll drag it along here. And this, you may recall, has a button which I just drag along to here, and there it is. So basically this is how the interface currently looks. Admittedly no properties have been put in, so the button names haven't been added. The labels hasn't been done. The data grid hasn't been set up, but it currently is starting to look like what we need to build. Just close that down. So now we have the interface built, we are going to start labeling some of these controls. So the first one is this one, the button. So we're going to call this load customers button, and the label is going to be load customers. This one is going to be called clear data button, and it's going to be a right there. Clear button. I'm just going to drag this out so you can read the whole text, and same as this one, drag it out so we can see. Okay, it's not quite the same size. The frame, we're going to label this load customers frame. The second part of the system here, we're going to label the customer list. The label is going to be customer list. This is going to be customer list, and here we're going to grab the name field from the database fetch. The next thing we're going to do is to label all of these text boxes. I just moved it. Okay, so the first one is going to be customer ID text, and the label is customer ID. This one's going to be customer age, and the text input is going to be customer age. Oh, it's capital G. This one's going to be customer language. Mr. Capital C here, and the text input is going to be language, and the final one is going to be customer phone number text, and it's going to be phone number, and this button is going to be update customers button, and the label itself is going to be update customer. Just make this a bit bigger, and the actual frame itself will be called customer info frame. Maybe capital C. Right, moving down to the credit card part. This is going to be called credit card details frame. Okay, and inside the actual grid itself, it will be called credit card details grid. And the label itself would be called what we're calling it, credit card details. Credit card details. We're going to make this a bit bigger, probably size 16 font, and give it a bold finish so it stands out a bit more. The grid itself, we're going to add a couple of columns to it. So the data field is going to be called credit and debit. So start with debit first. Header text is called debit amount. Click on add. Next is going to be called credit, and this is going to be called credit amount. Add. Yeah, okay. So we've got two columns, debit and credit card details. So it's starting to look like what we're trying to achieve here. I've chosen a different logo for the top right, so obviously this is in keeping with your own branding. So there you have it. So now we have a user interface with the correct naming convention that we can start assigning actions to. So now we have the user interface completed, particularly for this demonstration. The next thing we're going to do is to assign the actions and triggers for when buttons are clicked. So first of all, we're going to start with the update customer button. So this is section 3.4, associate actions. We have just completed all of this stuff here to create the user interface itself. So now we're going to go to, so we've done 3.31 with the screen layout. Now we're going to go to the next part, which is to associate the actions. We're going to first start with the update customer button. Okay, so what we do, we have to highlight and make sure that this update customer button is selected. So select this, click on the actions, and what we're going to do is to add a action here. We need to select the customer list frame and click on the customer list, and on click we're going to change the visibility to show. Save. The second action we're going to click is to click the plus button here. It's going to be on the customer info frame update button. So update customer button. On click, we're going to request a service, and this service we're going to request the update customer details. Also update customer here, this one here. Here we're going to expand this so that we can bind the four values that are returned. You may remember on the previous step we actually wrote this SQL query to update. So we're going to update this with component data. So go to component data, click on the plus button here. This is for age, plus click on the customer age here. Okay, do the same for language. So it's component data. Click on the plus button, and then click on the language, that customer language text. So the phone number, do the same thing. So it's component data. I've got to drag component data, click on that, click on phone number, and the final is customer ID, which is component data, and this will be customer ID. Right, so click save. So now we have created an event for this update customer to update these four fields and to clear this particular this customer list. That's what we've done so far. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is to create some more triggers on this. So we go on to have that highlighted, click onto the service events. We're going to go to demo update customer. We're going to change the visibility to hide, which is already done. Save, and we're going to do the same again. So keep that button highlighted. We're going to go to the load customer frame, it's this one here, and we are going to click on the clear data button, and on click we're going to change the visibility to hide. Save. So that's all the events done for this particular button. So the next thing we're going to do, which is section 3.4.2, so we've done all of this, which is load customers button, and this only has 3 events. Okay, so load customer button is that one. So we're going to go to the plus event, click on the CTI bar, we're going to listen out for a call initiated from the Finesse server. So where's call initiated? There. We're going to request a service, and we're going to use the demo load customers. Save. And then we're going to add another one by clicking onto service events here. We're going to go to demo update customer is right. We're going to go to request service, and we're going to go to the same one as our demo load customers. And then finally we are going to add another one. This will be on the load customer frame, load customers button. It's highlighted there. On click, we're going to request a service, and it's going to be the same again, which should be demo load customers. Save. So that's all the events done for the load customers. So that's this one done. We're going to go to 3.4.3, which is the customer list. So highlight the customer list here, and we're going to add an event. You can either add it here, click plus and click service events, or you can just click on service events straight away. So it'll be demo load customers, and we're going to fill data. Save. And then on click, so click on that again, click on the plus one, and we're going to go to the clear data button. So the clear data button, as you remember, is on the load customers frame. So when they click on clear data, on click, we're going to, funnily enough, clear the data. Save. And the final one we're going to add is on the customer list on change. The customer list, but not on click, we want on change. And we want to request a service, and we want to load the last credit card details. Demo last credit card details. Click on that, click save. So that's all the actions done for that particular component, which is this one here, the customer list. There is another thing we have to do, that the demo last credit card details requires a parameter. So on the so we go to expand the demo last credit card detail service and click on numeric, and the filter key should be customer ID. So we go to the demo as customers, double click on that, the field data, and on here where it says event data, which is correct, the key should be customer ID. Okay. Capital I D. This reflects the SQL fetch column name, text for text. Save. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is the customer ID. So we've got to bind this particular control. So we go to the plus, we go to the update customer. First of all, we're going to select the right control, which is the click on service events here. So it's a demo update customer. We're going to clear data. Click save, and then we're going to go to the load customer frame, clear data, and on a click we're going to clear the data. And then we're going to go to the customer list here, so go this one, so go to customer list frame, go to customer list. If that's on change, we're going to fill the data. Let's fill data, fill data, and this has a event data here, and this is also going to be customer ID. Save. And we continue to do this for customer age, language, and phone. I won't do it on screen here, but you can just follow exactly what I've just done. So this is 3.4.5, 3.4.6, and 3.4.7. Right, now that you've added all the triggers and actions to the customer age, language, and phone number according to the instructions given on 3.4.5, 0.6 and 0.7, the last control we need to add is the data grid for credit card details in 3.4.8. So I'll do that right now with highlighting the data grid. Click onto the Actions tab here, click onto the plus, click onto My Service Events, and choose Demo Last Credit Card Details with Fill Data. Click Save. We add another one. Click on My Service Events, and it's the Updates Customer, and this one we're going to clear the data. Save. And the final event we need to add for this is the on the Clear Data button. So the Load Customers Frame here, the Clear button. On click, we will want to clear all the data from the grid. Click Save. Once you have completed that, click onto the Publish button. Please make sure you publish it. Go onto your URL here, enter 1111, it's hard coded in, and the password and extension could be anything you like, and you sign in. Okay, the images are a bit skewed, but your main information tabs are here. Click onto Load Customers. Here you can see that John is loaded, and we've got some data being returned back. David is loaded, and some data is returned back. If we update David to say, because he's not 44 anymore, he's now 67, click on Update Customer, everything will be cleared, and then David will remain at 67. So this is it, your first Cisco Finesse gadget, and the next video would show you how we actually initiate a call, potentially put in the potential value here, and how we pass that into the IVR control and how it reflects on the interface. But for the time being, this is it. This is the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I hope this works out for you. Thank you. Bye.